I want to welcome everybody to another episode of MSI Music Scene Investigation. How are you today? Rich Wildman here. Everybody's back in the proper chair today, and we're all happy about that, I think. At least I hope we are. Anyway.
No, I'm the real Rich. I can't say that. I'm the real Rich Wildman.
You've grown hair, by the way.
Yes, I've got it back this week.
And what an accent you have.
That's the thing I keep worrying about is he changes accents like most people change socks.
You know something, Rich? I hate to bring up something technical.
Go ahead. What is your technical thing?
I would be broadcasting from the studio, which looks really good if we just were rewiring everything. And the technical thing is I couldn't get anything back up.
Well, you know, that's all right. We'll get to that. We're going to talk to you about your studio in just a little bit. But first of all, I want to welcome everybody to the show. I want to remind everybody, if you want to be on the show, if you want to have your music reviewed by our panelists, it's very easy to do. Just submit your songs to msi.icweekly.net. Go to that website, sign up. You'll see at the top of the page a link to submit a song. You can go there, submit as many songs as you like. Each week, we select 3 songs at random for our panelists to review. Our panelists have all been involved in the music industry to some degree or another for a period of time. They're all experts in the fields they are involved in, and we're happy to have them on each week. Every week, we have 2 panelists who are in-house panelists and 1 guest panelist we invite on the show, and we're happy and proud that they accept and show up. So, without further ado, let me introduce our 2 in-house panelists and our guest panelist. In-house panelist from London, England. First up, Ian Husbands, a musician of over 20 billion years or something like that. Ian, how are you, sir? You glad to be back in your own chair?
You make me fat, Rich. Mm-hmm. You make me old now.
Yeah.
Every week. I mean, you keep it coming. What more do you want to say?
You know, I'm just keeping it real.
So I'm a fat old musician, basically.
The camera, they used to say the camera adds 10 pounds. In your case, you've got a camera with a different kind of lens that takes it away.
It's the fisheye.
That's what I'm saying. It looks good, though. Looks good. Glad to have you with us, Ian. From New York City, Tom Chianti, building a new studio, a new cube. The cube is almost online. Tom, how are you, sir?
Hey, good. And Frank, it's a good thing. Rich calls me. He says, you know, Tom, you still doing the show today?
Well, it's my job.
And it's like, oops. But I raced to try to rehook everything. We've got like 2 miles of cables to go through. And we're only in the first quarter mile.
You know, it's going to take a while to get all your cables ran. We all know this, so wish you the best of luck on that. Now, you're going to keep us up to date as you get the cube back up and online, because I know that a lot of artists who may submit music to the show, to the website for review, might want to take you up on some of the services you offer.
Oh, yeah, I'd be glad to mix anything people I want. For IC compositions members, you know, they get first come, first served, as always. And just give me another couple of weeks, and it should look as good as Ian.
There you go. There you go. Even with the new lens. Appreciate you being here, Tom. Now, I want to take a moment and introduce our guest panelist today. Our guest panelist runs an internet radio station that showcases independent artists from anywhere in the world. It's located down in sunny Florida. I envy this guy, his location. I'll tell you that. I also envy the guy the fact that he's running this station. He does a show every Tuesday called Twitter Tuesdays. Now this is if you've never gone to Butterflies Radio, do so. Butterfliesradio.com is the place you want to go. You can submit your music there if you're an independent artist. He's got a great listenership. He's got a lot of great artists that appear on site. Mark has hand-picked the music that plays in rotation. Mark Lamdansky is our special guest. Mark, glad to have you with us today. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you. It's certainly an honor to be amongst you, royalty of the industry. Thank you for having me.
No.
Hey, anyway, I'm the English person here. I'm the only one descended from royalty.
Does that mean?
You're okay.
Does that, Ian, then mean that you're the queen?
He's the only queen here.
Only for you, darling.
There you go. All right, Mark.
Wow.
Now, when did you start Butterflies Radio? I know that this is something that you've been running for at least the past year, maybe 2 years. So when did you start it?
Approximately came on the air approximately February of 2009. So we are about 2 years old, a little over 2 years old now. So.
And what prompted you? I mean, running an internet radio station is something that takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of work. What prompted you to start Butterflies Radio?
Well, first of all, I've always had a love of music since I was a child. And at some point in your life, you get tired of listening to the same songs over and over and over again. And it really all started a few years ago. I was involved in this virtual world online called Second Life. Now, I don't know if any of you out there or not, but within this virtual world, there are virtual nightclubs.
Mm-hmm.
I was the owner, along with my partner Carol, of one called Butterflies Nightclub, and we had DJs and we had all kinds of events. And one of the other things we did was we invited independent musicians to come in and perform live in this virtual nightclub. And eventually we closed down the nightclub, and the radio station kept going for a while, but we weren't getting the attention we wanted. So we took it offline for a while, and then it was at that point that I really, though, was so interested in the indie artists, the indie musicians out there. I was amazed at the amount of talented artists that there are out there that are just not getting noticed. And I really wanted to create this venue for their music to be heard. And but
Oh, Mark froze up on me there. Hoping he comes back. Tom, you got a train going by, don't you?
Voice still with you?
Yeah, your video froze up on me.
Hello?
Your voice froze
Hello?
up for a second.
Audio from our guest.
Yeah, he's froze up on me.
Yo.
Now he's
Am
back.
there
He's
am I
back.
back?
You're back now.
Whoa. Sorry about that. Hey,
That's all right.
internet. And I'm not even wireless. So
Well, that's the thing. It's weird. Skype might be acting up. Tom, do you have a train going by?
What? I can't even hear you, Rich.
Yeah, well, Tom's got it sounds like a train going by. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. So, Mark, well, you're back with us, and that's good. You went through and you asked that artists submit to you from your website, submit music for Butterflies Radio. What criteria do you have for these artists to submit music to you?
Number one, they must be professionally recorded, or at least I don't mean professionally as in they have to go to Tom to get recorded, but
Thank you.
but I mean that it can't be just someone playing a guitar and singing into a regular microphone recording on the computer. It's got to be, studio equipment, have good quality sound. I require a minimum of 128K bit, which is what we stream at. And I also do not prefer not to play live recordings
Okay.
of a concert. But other than that, we accept pretty much all genres. The station is loaded with a lot of pop and rock, but we have hip hop, we have country, we have rap, ambient. We've got the mix. I mean, you can hear one metal tune followed by smooth jazz on our station. It's played at random.
And what makes Butterflies Radio unique from all the other station offerings that are out there on the net today? Why would an independent artist want to? I mean, obviously you want to get as much exposure, but what makes Butterflies Radio different?
Well, for starters, there's only two of us that run the station, and there is no red tape. There is no. We don't pick and choose our music like, let's say, a mainstream station would. And by the way, when I say the two of us, I have to, of course, mention my partner who I cannot do this without, and her name is Carol, and she is out of Perth, Australia. And she is the person you'll find mostly out there doing all the promotions on Twitter and Facebook. I'm more of the behind-the-scenes guy. I also do the hosting for the show. We work very closely with the musicians, especially the ones that appear on our show, and try like heck to promote them to the best of our ability. And we invite these artists to come whenever they're available to come onto our show each Tuesday. And we try to treat the station more as a family, more than a business. And it is. It's a hobby more than anything else.
Okay, so independent artists coming to Butterflies Radio, get their music played, get hopefully booked on Twitter Tuesdays, because I know I've listened to Twitter Tuesdays a number of times. Great show, by the way. You guys sit there, you'll interview these independent artists, showcase their music, give shout outs to virtually the world, and I think it's a great concept you have going. What about the future of Butterflies Radio? Where are you going in the future?
That is a question. I would
what
love.
What secrets can you tell us that you got under the hood for Butterflies Radio?
Right now,
Butterflies have hoods?
To be honest with you, right now we are just trying to go day by day and just trying to build up a nice collection of independent musicians to be heard out there. We don't really have any major plans at this point to add anything or change anything. As I've said, it's a hobby. We run our station mostly off of donations, so we don't have the budget to do other things with it. Although I would love to. I would like to create an indie event somewhere down here in Florida where independent musicians come down and showcase their music. Maybe eventually create a label or a management with Butterflies Radio, but that's down the road. Right now, we're concentrating on what we love to do with the station.
Okay. All right. So, do you guys? I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to ask this question and do it in a way that doesn't sound offhand or anything. You're the guy who sits behind the microphone at Butterflies Radio. Any plans to expand in the future to bring in, say, DJs from other countries to showcase music from their parts of the world or anything like that?
We hadn't thought about that, but now that you mention it, it's not a bad idea. And I think the logistics would have to be worked out. But that's not a bad idea. Hey, Carol, write that down if you're listening.
I'm sure she is.
Rich, are you
Yes.
fishing for a job or something?
No, not at all. I was just wondering.
He's hired automatically. He's hired.
Did you see what's going on here, Tom? I think there's a
see
corporate
this.
takeover going on here. Butterflies Radio is trying to get MSI, I think. I don't know. I'm dodgy about this.
We're getting the boot.
No, not at all, guys. No, the reason I ask is because I know that there are a number of other artists, DJs, and things like that out in the world who, if given the opportunity, might be interested, to do something like that, to contribute to be part of something much larger than themselves. And I just
Absolutely.
wanted to
Yeah.
see if Mark might be interested in doing something like that in the future. So,
Absolutely. Sure.
excellent. Well, I want to ask you guys now if you're ready to do what we came here to do, which is obviously review music. We do have some music on the dock today, and so when you guys are ready, we can get to it.
All set.
Press the button.
Let's go for it.
All right. Well, without further ado, then, everyone, let's go ahead and get our first song of the day out there. Here it is, song number 1 on today's MSI.
I don't know how, I don't know where. I'll find a way to fix this thing when my head is burning. And this feeling that when I come you won't be waiting for me. Don't know how, I don't know why, but I still keep on trying to say that I will always need you. Of cigarettes, we have 2 pairs of shades and we're smiling. We're walking down to Holland Park, and our directions are intertwined, interchanging, correlating easily. When moms can't reach the people close to my heart, shine it down from a distance. May God bless you, and be with you always. Stay throughout the old days till the end of the world. Guy's playing his own tune in the park. The sun is shining softly behind his back. I borrowed his guitar and played him one of my own, and gave him a score for a couple of pints in a pub. I don't know how, share a split with my friend. two packs of cigarettes. We have two pairs of shades and we're smiling. We're walking down to Harlem Park, and our directions are intertwining, interchanging, correlating easily. When Mars can't reach the people close to my heart, I always and shine it down from a distance. May God bless you and be with you always. Stay forever your day till the end of the world.
And there we have song number 1 on this episode of MSI. Let's bring our panelists in. First up, Ian Husbands. Ian, your thoughts on number 1?
Yeah, what a great start to the show. I like this. I mean, I just couldn't stop writing. There's so much going on there. There's a hell of a lot going on in the song, and it's very hard on one listen to take everything in, I think, on this. There's some really nice orchestral work, some really nice piano work. Love the bass sound. Good use of panning on the instruments. I found the backing vocals. I thought they were quite low in the mix and very thin. And compression on them, bring them back up in line with the lead guitar. I found the heavy guitar sound was a bit muddy. I thought it was a bit too dirty. Could be cleaned out, take some mids out, just sort of brighten it up a little bit. And that'll sit out in the mix a lot better. Good solo, but some of the bends were a little bit flat or sharp. Didn't quite nail the tuning on them. Much better than I could ever play. But, you know, if we're critiquing, that's where it's at. Strong dynamics, good use of instrumentation, and a great groove. Overall, I found the mix was very upfront. It was all in your face, and everything was fighting for position at times. Dynamics were good, but it just seemed like everything was just pushing, and maybe a little less compression on the overall mix, a bit more of a natural sound, and a bit more use of panning in sort of other areas, and a bit more use of reverbs as well to put things in a position to seem all on top of each other. But I really do, I like this song. It's great. The guy's vocals I found a bit nasally, and he sounded like he's either European or something like that, singing in English. So fair play, he can talk a language I can't, but his vocals, they sounded nasally, and I didn't quite like that. But the lyrics were strong. I'm guessing this was called "Till the End of the World" or something like that.
Nope. Close, but no cigar.
But overall I liked it, but it needs some work.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Let's go to Tommy, see what Tommy thinks about this. Tommy, I mentioned in the chat that I was getting some noise from your microphone occasionally, so we'll play it by ear and see how this works out. Go ahead, Tommy. What are your thoughts on song number 1?
Okay. I agree with part of what I heard from Ian, that everything was too up in front in your face, and they had a bass instrument besides the bass that was really deep, that in any other song I would think that was really cool, like, hey, listen, this will rumble the room. But all it did was fight with the other instruments, and I thought it was too long. By the time we got to the end of the song, I forgot what the song was about. and it just struck me as being, everything sounded great. The mix, the balances were way off. You could hear the vocals for, I'd say, 70% of the time, and then the other 30%, they should have been ridden up and or down. The guitars sounded good. Again, it was a good idea. It started to get me going, and then it was just too much of a good thing, where it just the verse 5, verse 6, chorus 7. It's just a little too clever and a little too overproduced. But yes, they can play. Yes, whoever recorded it can record clean. And yes, the guy that mixed it is pretty good. But his balances should have been much better.
All right, makes sense. Appreciate it, Tommy. Let's go to our guest panelist, Mark Lamdansky at Butterflies Radio. Mark, what do you think about number one?
Well, first off, if the artist is listening, please send this tune to me. I would like to add it to our rotation. I really enjoyed it. I love a song that has piano in it like this. I thought the piano was great. I'm a little bit. I always lean towards piano because I played piano in my past life. But I really also enjoyed the guitar solo, although I agree with Ian. It's, I don't know, maybe a bit pitchy to some extent, but we don't get a lot of great guitar solos on the station, and this I overall enjoyed. Would I add to the station? Yes, definitely. And I agree also with Tom that everything was loud. It hit and everything was there in your face. There was one section in the song where a trumpet came in, and I gotta say that did annoy me a little bit. It's all of a sudden I felt like I'm listening to someone who's trying to produce a Mexican song, but yeah. I don't think the trumpet was necessary. That's just my opinion. But other than that, I really thoroughly enjoyed the song.
All right.
That's what my mom said when I was born.
Mark, are you saying that the trumpet didn't give you the horn?
Ooh, but I'm bummed.
All right, guys. I appreciate your thoughts on song number one. We have two more songs to listen to at least. Here is song number two for your consideration right here on MSI. Here we go, guys. Song number two.
It's 2 in the morning, in bed all alone. He's out with the boys, being bad to the bone. She's seen it before, he ain't coming home. She's gotta get ready to go. Too much sorrow, too much pain, too much lightning without any rain, too much trouble and she's always to blame. She's gotta get ready to go. Too much heartache, not enough love. She gave all she had, but it's never enough. foot out the door. She's ready. She's got nothing else left to give. She's ready. Setting out on her own. She's ready. Where she won't feel alone. She's ready. A hot tale's a night to hang on. She's ready. She's set. She's gone. She's gone. The girl is gone.
Wait for it. There. 2 on MSI. I forgot to mention who song number 1 was. See, I get out of the chair for a week. All this stuff. So I'm going to let you know who song number 1 was before we hit our panelists. Song number 1 was a song called I Don't Know How by Pasha Black, right here on MSI. Pasha Black with I Don't Know How. And we appreciate the fact that they sent that song in to us. Tommy, let's start out with you on song number 2. Your thoughts?
Well, I wish Skype hadn't cut out on me. Can I get a pass and then come back in?
Yeah, if you'd like to do that, we can certainly do that. We can swing over and let Ian go first, and then come back to you after we talk with Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to call me back on Skype? Is that the
No,
plan?
I got everything set up now. I'm just going to listen to the song.
Oh, okay. All right, no worries. All right, let's go to Ian and get his thoughts then on song number 2. Ian?
Yeehaw. Okay, yeah, it's a country standard. Could it be? No, it couldn't be. Of course, it couldn't be. This is obviously it's a country band. They're doing a country standard style music. Now, obviously, I'm English. I don't really know country music, but I know the stuff like Billy Ray Cyrus and stuff that's got over here, and it's got that vibe. It's upbeat. I can see Tony, my wife, line dancing in the living room to it, like she used to do occasionally. And I think it's very well recorded, very well mixed, and very well produced. I thought the vocal was very well delivered and very well placed in the mix. The bass sounded great. My only thing I would have liked to hear, and this is a personal thing really, was some of the slide guitar work that was panned left and right, louder in the mix. I felt that a little bit distant. I would have liked to hear more of that personally. It was so tight. I mean, the lyrics were cliched in a very appropriate way to the song, if that makes sense. I don't mean cliched as an insult in this matter. I mean, typical to what the genre of the song needs. So yeah, I liked it. I'm not a big country fan, but it's very well done. There's not a lot more to say about it from my point of view than that. It's it's good.
All right, I appreciate that, Ian. Let's go ahead and talk with Mark now. Mark, what are your thoughts on number 2?
Well, I'm not sure if I should recuse myself from this song because we actually have this song on our rotation.
No need to recuse yourself at all.
All right, okay. Although I forget the artist's name offhand, yes, we do have this song on rotation. And I like it. I like the song. It is a bit of a cliched country song as far as the beat, the tune, the music, the words, I guess. But that's the genre, I suppose. I'm not an expert in country music. I am just beginning to really enjoy country music over the last maybe 6 months or so. But as country songs go that I've heard, I have no problem listening to this song, and I am glad that we actually have it on our rotation. So that's about as much as I could put into it, really.
All right, well, that's not a problem at all. Let's see if Tom is ready. Tom, are you ready now?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's go ahead and see what Tom has to say about number 2. Tom, take it away.
Cold Kid Rock. I mean, this is a very typical Kid Rock type of song.
I agree with that, actually, Tom, yeah.
You know, and it's a strictly formula driven of the new country music scene. You know, it's country rock, it's country pop, it's country this, it's country that. You know, it's trying to cross over a little bit too much. It's well done, again, like the other one, well recorded, well sung. Everybody, you know, but when you want to compare mixes, you can't compare this to a country mix. You know, something done out of Nashville or a studio that does a lot of country music gets really into the mix, and there's a lot more space, and the vocal would have been a little bit more present and be easier. The words would have been more intelligible, is the word I was looking for. But it's not a bad song. It's well written, and I can understand why some people would like it. It's just not my cup of tea, not because of the genre, but because it's been done to death.
All right, makes sense, Tom. Appreciate it. Glad you had the opportunity to hear the whole thing. Ian, you have something on your mind?
I think, Tom bringing up Kid Rock, I think, the way they could improve this song is by extending a little bit and getting Tommy to rap on it.
Well, what do you think, Tommy? Maybe you up for a little rapping?
In country?
Yeah, why not?
Now that's putting like, 3 darts in me and then telling me to run.
We'll call you Cowboy Slim.
Cowboy Slim.
Why not? Why not? All right, let me introduce that song to you now that I'm back and remembered who and where I am. That song is called Ready, Set, Gone by Billy Kay. Billy Kay sent that song in to us.
I should have known that.
Remember, yeah, Billy Kay.
You sure it wasn't Billy Ray?
No, Billy Kay. The guy
because Billy Ray, Billy Kay.
It could be his brother.
Maybe.
You never know. You never know. We do have one more song for you guys to listen to. Let's take a listen to it. This is song number 3 today. So song number 3 right here on MSI, everyone. Here it comes. Got to tell you, that's a quick one. That's a quick one there, guys. Let's go straight to Mark first. Mark, what did you think about that one? I know it was quick.
Wow. That would be I think that would be a great intro to Twitter Tuesday Live. But God, I wish there was more. I was enjoying it actually, and I like that kind of music. But I want more. It just left me hanging. What do you even call that genre? Is that ambient? Is that
It's a real good question.
Yeah,
Electronica.
It sounded like film to me.
It did sound, cinematic to me.
Yeah. It could be like background to like a game, a video game too or something. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it, but unfortunately that wouldn't not be a track I'd be able to add into the rotation on Butterflies Radio, but yeah, I would use that as an intro. That's pretty cool.
All right. Okay, let's find out what Ian thinks. Ian, what do you think of number 3 here?
It's a bit short. I just to state the bleeding obvious. Yeah, I was listening. I liked the quality of the palette, the sound palette they used, and the quality of the samples they were using. There's some really nice rhythms going on, nice use of layering. Things started to build, and then it all went away. And yeah, it's a shame. I think there's something, the start of something really good there. I think, yeah, it could be used as a title for a radio show, a TV show. The first bit had a very cinematic feel for me. It reminded me of like bats or insects coming out of a cave. So, you know, maybe a new Batman film or something could be used in that as well. So it's definitely got that quality. I think it would definitely sell, but I do think it needs to be longer.
All right. All right. That's fair enough. Tom, your thoughts on number 3 today?
Longer, more development. Bring it someplace. You know, don't start the car, go to the edge of the driveway, and then get out and leave the engine running. And that's it.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Let me see if I can introduce that song to everybody here. And hopefully we'll have time for a little surprise and maybe one more song. The song is called Epic Trailer by E.S.A. Foster. E.S.A. Foster's Epic Trailer right here on MSI Song number 3 this week. Now, gentlemen.
Epic.
Epic.
That's kind of a contradiction in terms, isn't it, really? Epic meaning huge.
It was big,
massive.
It was big,
tiny little song.
Big and short at the same time. Kind of like, you know, great taste, less filling. You know, I don't know.
Best thing comes in little packages, so there's poison.
There's where that noise is coming from. It's Tom's fan. I got it.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's that awful noise, yes. Tom turned a fan on, see? If I can get him to turn that off.
All right.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, I think we have time for one more song. Are you guys up for doing one more, everybody?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's listen to one more song. This is a first for us here at MSI, taking a listen to 4 songs in one show, but we're going to do it today because that last one was so short. So here it is, song number 4 on today's MSI. There it is. That's song number 3 on today's MSI. Tom's got his fan
Number
on
4.
again. Number 4, I'm sorry. Tom's got
No,
his
I
fan
don't.
on. It,
No, it's not.
okay, never mind. It cleared up. It was just some odd noise coming through on somebody's Skype line. It's all good, though. All right, let's start out again with Mark. I want to get Mark's take on song number 4 here first. Mark, what do you think?
Wow. I was kind of hoping to have some time to think about that one, but you know, that guitar when it came in, it actually, I hate to say it, but it just kind of took me by surprise. It shocked me. It gave me a bit of a heck to say to be nice. I mean, it's a nice tune overall. It was a little bit long, I think, and quite frankly, and I hate being a critic, but it was for me just a little boring. It was too repetitive. It was I would probably not put this tune on rotation, and that's of course not to judge the artist himself. Maybe he's got some other tune that would be that I would put on there, but this particular one I just think would I don't know.
Anything in particular
I would
besides the
pass.
lead guitar just catch you so off guard, or was
It was just, well, that was the only thing that really caught me off guard. When that started, it was like, whoa, it was just kind of soothing and mild, and then all of a sudden, here's this guitar that comes in and just kind of like goes, whoa, here you are enjoying this, and you're going, and then rare, and I think that just kind of threw me off, and then of course, just it was very repetitive, the chords and everything, and they could have shortened it up a little bit, I think,
right?
in my opinion.
Okay, all right, makes sense. Appreciate it, Mark. Ian, what do you think of number 4 today?
I mean, people in the chat and that are saying that it sounded like loops or a band in a box. I actually thought different. I thought a lot of that sounded live, especially the drums. The timing was drifting. The bass sounded very bottom-endy and very swampy, and there was no clarity to it. It was dying for vocal. There was some nice piano work going on there, but overall, I thought the whole mix had too much reverb on it, which gave it a very live sound as well. The guitar solo, to say the worst, was spiteful in places. I've actually had a text message from Mr. Andy Bradley from The Ashes, who I play with, who's a lead guitarist, and his comment was something along the lines of, that guitar solo only had a few bends in it, no feeling there at all. So there you go, Mr. Andy Bradley's given his review. I found the whole thing overall was very repetitive. It needed more dynamics in there. The only dynamic was really that lift into that guitar solo, which was spiteful and didn't really work. It's complying to an old tried and tested formula in piano, clean guitar, drums, bass, and a very simple chord structure. It's a good demo at best. This is something to sort of give a lead vocalist and say anything you can put on that, and then take it back to the studio and re-record everything and get the timing bang on. I mean, we are spoilt today. We live in a world of digitalness where everything's quantized, everything's so tight. So it's nice to hear people, if that is live drums, using live drums and trying it. You got to get that bang on the track for recording purposes these days. It's what you're up against. So I think, it's a great demo. If you're going to hand it out and give vocalists a chance to write something out of it, it works. But besides that, it's a demo.
All right, I appreciate that, Ian. Tom, what do you think of number 4 today?
It sounded like a program that programmed an iPad.
A what?
It sounded like a computer program that tried to program a song on an iPad.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah, it was the same chords over and over and over and over, and it was just 4 or 5 notes played down, and it was nothing.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Let me introduce that one to you guys. Tommy, thanks for your thoughts on that song as well. The name of this song, for everybody's consideration, is called "Goodbye" by Crash Hack. Is the name as it was submitted on MSI's website. Crash Hack with "Goodbye." You're going to have to make a decision now. Out of all four of the songs, you're going to have to select a song of the week. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys talk amongst yourself, figure it out. What song would you like to see as song of the week this week?
I'm going to go for song number 2. I'm not a country fan. I don't think, it's not something I'd rush out and buy tomorrow. But as a finished piece that fits well within the genre that it's written for, it's well performed, it's well produced, it's well written. It just is. It's a great song for what it is. Number 1 is more my style of music, but lots of work needed there. So I'm going to go number 2.
Tommy, Mark?
I'll have to be number 1 was actually better than the country song, I thought, but it had just too many problems with it. Like I said, the overproduction, too long. So I'll go 2 also.
All right, Mark, your thoughts?
Well, I originally wasn't going to go into only because I didn't want to seem prejudiced, but no, I really would have been honest. But yeah, I think that production-wise, I agree. Billy Kay's song sounded more finished. I enjoy song number 1 a lot, but with a few modifications, I think it would be better. So overall, I agree with Tom and Ian, and would go with number 2.
All right, well, there you have it, everyone. Song number 2, Ready, Set, Gone by Billy Kay, is going to be this week's Song of the Week on MSI. As always, we want to thank you guys, our panelists, our audience, for being here. Ian, Tom, thank you so very much for being here. Mark?
Thank you very much.
Mark, thank you for being here as well. We definitely appreciate the fact that you took time out of your busy schedule, and I do know it's a busy schedule, to be with us today. So thank you so much.
No, it's a pleasure. It's an honor. Be back anytime you want me.
Well, we appreciate that.
That would be great.
And we just
Awesome.
might call you next week. You never know. Actually, I do want to let everybody know that next week, and I should have spoke with Ian about this prior, next week we will not have, or will we, Ian? I'm going to let you make the decision on this one. We're not going to have a live MSI being broadcast.
Why, Rich? Why are you taking this off the air, man?
I knew you'd do this. No, actually, I'm going to be out of town next week, so we will not have a live broadcast going next week. But
What's her name?
Branson, Missouri.
No, what's her name?
I'm going down to Branson. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, you'll just have to see what goes on then. So, but we will be back the following Sunday on Father's Day to be doing a broadcast then. So we certainly hope you join us. Again, if you're an independent musician anywhere in the world, submit your songs. We'll get them before our panel and have our industry experts give them an honest, straightforward review, something like you won't find anyplace else. I can guarantee you that. So join us right here on MSI. Until next time, we'll play out with Ready, Set, Gone by Billy Kay right here on MSI.
It's 2 in the morning, in bed all alone. He's out with the boys, being bad to the bone. She's seen it before, he ain't coming home. She's gotta get ready to go. Too much sorrow, too much pain, too much lightning without any rain, too much trouble and she's always to blame. She's gotta get ready to go. Too much heartache, not enough love. She gave all she had, straight and dry after too many tears. She's gotta get out, her direction is clear. She's gotta get ready to go. She's ready, setting out on her own. She's ready, where she won't feel alone. She's ready, her heart tells her not to hang on. She's ready, she said, she's gone. She's ready, she won't take it no more. She's ready, got one foot out the door. She's ready, she's got nothing else left to give. She's ready, setting out on her own. She's ready, where she won't feel alone. She's ready, her heart tells her not to hang on. She's ready, she said, she's gone. She's gone. The girl is gone.